interesting to visit India, the Kerala state especially. So it's on my bucket list. I hope one day this dream will come true. So today's topic is really interesting, especially to me, because I talk a lot about this topic a lot to many people in the field, and I think it provides a solution to a root cause of what we face in the construction industries in form of challenges, actually. Uh, so how I built today's session is I'm gonna present to you the current status of the construction industry, the challenges and the problems we face, and why construction transformation could be a solution, let's say. It could provide feasible, actionable solutions to many problems we face related to cost management, time management, and scope management, of course. So this is my humble career, of course, up to today. And throughout these companies, I faced all sort of problems of you can think about. And just transformation, I think, and the rising AI, of course, will provide a lot of ease to many people and to many problems we face. So let's have a look at the construction industry as it is of now. I always love to cite one study has been done by McKinsey and Company in 2022. So if you can see my screen and read it, cost overrun impact 79% of the projects, and 52% of the projects finish beyond their associated time schedules. So it's worth noting that this study has been conducted over 500 projects, each one of them worth more than $100 million. So they are considered mega projects. And wow, oh my gosh, right? This slide particularly says if you are a project manager and you are starting to take on your project, the odds are already against you from day one, right? You will fail, especially for us, the PMI people who take project success as delivering a project according to time within the budget and according to the agreed upon scope of work. So you already are failing two of them. So why that happens? Why that happens? McKinsey, of course, have their own reasons, but I would like to give you my own personal view on this matter. Okay. Particularly because construction industry is a complex industry. Okay. What do we mean by that? From building between looking into a project like building the tallest building in the world or the longest city in the world, or looking at the mega hydro projects. So the process is really complex. I hope you understand, like providing approvals, getting method statements, how to build this, the technical overview. It's just complex, and many problems can rise when things are complex, right? So these projects, especially if it's connected to national-wide concern, like for example, if you can see the picture for NEOM. NEOM is a national project for the Saudi Arabia, our friends there, of course. This is a national project, and it's facing some challenges that hasn't been able to be seen because the project takes 5 years. So looking at the status now, there is a major problem in the way we conduct the construction industry, right? I hope you agree with this. There is something wrong, especially if you look at projects in the IT section or the medical section where they don't find these problems. Like IT projects don't run over budget, right? Medical projects don't run beyond time schedule. So in the construction industry, we do have these problems. So I believe we can categorize the problems. If we look at the cost and the time and the scope, we can have some sub issues like low productivity growth, and resistant to change by companies and fragmented supply chains, which can impact both cost and time, right? Productivity can impact the time of the project, the skill gaps, and you can name many problems, of course, if you are in the construction industry, right? So I think the conclusion is the problem with that is in the construction industry, we have slow adoption of construction transformation. I remember a personal experience in a company, and it's really sad to say it's here in UAE that I worked in a company that they still use technology from 2010. And I cited this to them, like, what are we doing here, guys? The world has moved and shifted from what we do, but they only care about the profit. And you can think about how the work environment was there. It wasn't good at all. And eventually they'll have to switch and they have to shift their mindset into adopting the new methodology. So with that being said, let's look into what we can do and how we can adapt constructional transformation in a better methods, right? So what do we mean by construction transformation? So in general, transformation is the gradual shift from traditional methods to enhance processes, procedures, and technical know-how. This is transformation in general. But when we talk about constructional transformation, there are many types, but we can categorize them into four types. It's either digital transformation, cultural transformation, process, or green transformation. So in this session, I'll be focusing on the first three because the fourth one is actually a little bit complicated and it deserves its own session, the green transformation. It deserves its own session because it's also related to government entities and government approvals, and it's a nationwide type of transformation. So it's not on a company or organization level. So if you think about digital transformation, it always relates to tools, what tools the company is using and how to enhance them. And the culture is about the people of the company and how to enhance the culture of the company. And the process is how to get from point A to point B in the simplest form, but maintaining the quality as possible. So eliminating bureaucracy is about the process transformation. Okay. And let's go through these all, of course, one by one. So as I said, digital transformation is all about the tools the company is using. So we need to digitize as much as possible to conduct a digital transformation. I mean, using, if you can see the company logos, all of these logos are companies, provide service providers that they have their own platforms and they provide all set of services to the construction industry. Who doesn't know Autodesk? All of us are using Autodesk, but are we using the latest technologies being launched by Autodesk? Because in 2025, they have a lot of amazing tools related to BIM and modeling and digital and building information systems. SAP, of course, is an ERP system. Bentley provides also modeling tools and 4D and 5D time schedules. Oracle is well known for project management tools, and they're famous Primavera, but people don't know that Oracle provides a clouding systems that enhances the processes and the digital transformation in companies with a gap. Okay. Procore also is an ERP system, and plenty other form of services that can be used by other companies. But the main thing is, if you are not using those services, you are way behind than your competitors, and you're losing a lot of time and money by not taking this into your organization. Okay, and Of course, the exciting thing now that everyone is talking about is AI. 2025, AI. People think that ChatGPT is AI. ChatGPT is part of AI, but AI is a workflows, means automating the repetitive tasks that you can do in your company. I've been urging my company, for example, now, it's not a digital transformation process, of course, it's not full something, but I noticed that we can do better in document controlling and taking minutes of meetings through artificial intelligence. The problem is, why can't companies adapt to AI? Still, we have privacy concerns, of course. But I'm a firm believer that the first companies who will take AI into their companies and they will implement them are the companies who will be making huge success starting 2025 onward. Of course, creating automation and workflows using AI, this is the biggest favor anyone can do to their companies. And one of the luckiest things that we all are PMI under the umbrella of PMI. PMI has launched. I met Pierre Lemon in Dubai early this year, and he noted this that PMI is fully shifting toward AI and adapting. And these courses are now, I think, 5 of them, the cognitive generative AI overview for project managers, practical application of generative AI, and all of these are free for PMI members. And of course, we have professional certificates like cognitive project management in AI, cognitive project AI EV7 courses. If you took all of these courses, you will come out as a different person, regardless of the industry you're representing. If you're in construction, AI, IT, medical sector, if you finish all of these courses, you will become a destructive force, let's say. You will be someone you'll be the most dangerous person in the room. Okay, I took few of them. I completed 5 of them, and I really understood that generative AI is not the full potential of AI. I've been able to personally use them by automating my own, for example, Gmail inbox and to get notifications and to respond to emails, things I do for free. And I really push everyone who's attending this to start taking these courses, and you will become someone who's really different. But the practical application for AI in the construction industries is, think about any repetitive task that you do on daily basis and it wastes your time. If it has these 3 signs, repetitive and time wasting, it can be automated through AI agents. And think about how much productivity or how much the increase in your personal productivity will be once you implement AI in your day-to-day. Unfortunately, still we are having some concerns about the privacy. Companies don't want to share informations related to, for example, budgeting and time scheduling and the scope and contracts, for example, with platforms like OpenAI, because it will just be, let's say that favorable in contractual conditions, let's say that. But once this problem is solved and the first companies will jump into adopting AI, they will see the massive success it brings to the table. And we can move now to cultural transformation. When you talk about cultural transformation, we talk fully about the mindset of the people working in the company and the norms of individuals and teams within an organization. Now, companies without tools will fail. Companies with tools but without people working on those tools will also fail. So cultural transformation can be related to leadership, productivity, mindset, and teamwork. In terms of leadership, and this all goes to leaders, if you're managing a team, for example, your team will not be functioning unless they trust their leader. This is fact, and everyone knows that. But always look at it this way: how to motivate people in your company. If you're driving a car and you want to convince people to get into this car with you, you need to convince them of where you're taking them and what's in it for them if they ride along with you. If you can answer those two questions to your team, you are a great leader. Now, we see many leadership problems in the construction industry. And transforming leadership through trainings, I have a personal trainer, and her name is Natalia. I believe she provided you a session last year in this same event. Uh, I have my own personal trainer in leadership. And I pay money for this because it's really important. Leadership can be obtained through training and experience. It's not a natural thing. Many people think leadership can be obtained through natural things, right? It's not. You can train yourself to be a great leader. How to increase productivity within your team? Provide them with the tools they need and whatever, and remove the blockage from their how they do work. And this is also related to digital transformation, which we talked about. Okay. And shifting the mindset of the people will eventually shift the mindset of the whole company to be a winning company. No one likes to be working in a toxic environment. And you, as a leader, once you feel your company is being toxic or you have a toxic environment, you need to start your transformation process immediately and address those issues. And of course, cultivating teamwork and people helping each other. And we are a team. Think about football. I always say, think about football, but in your case, I think rugby would be a best example, of course. Think about team. If one performer does not make any difference if the other team members are not within the game, right? So teamwork, we all win, we all lose. And the thing about the construction industry is it's stressing. We deal with huge capital, with huge money and important stakeholders. Like you can deal with a project where your stakeholder, your main client is the government, for example. It's now that's stressing because the government always, any government, they always want their things finished yesterday. This is a funny joke we say. You're always late, even if you're ahead of your time schedule and under budget. So supporting each other and supporting the teamwork in the company is an important, it's a must. If you are failing in leadership, productivity, mindset, and teamwork, then immediately you need to start your cultural transformation in your company. Moving to the next, process transformation. Now we talked about digital transformation, cultural transformation, process transformation, fundamental redesign and optimization of existing workflows and procedures and operation methodologies. This line explains itself. In other words, you have an point A, point B, how to get there as efficient and quickly as possible. Here in the Middle East, the UAE government last year presented the zero bureaucracy methodology, which in government entities, they're eliminating pure bureaucracy 100%. If you can adapt something like this, if you want to do a process transformation within your company, reaching zero bureaucracy might be challenging, but even if you eliminated 2 or 3 steps out of a 10-step process, that's a win, right? For example, let me hand you an example. We need to get process transformation for how we obtain approvals on materials. Now, instead of getting 10 signatures, 10 people to sign a document, we can utilize our own AI to review the repeated materials we have on projects or in previous projects and compares it into the contract documents. And if it's okay, it can move straight to general manager of the company. So if you combine between digital transformation, cultural transformation, and process transformation in this case, you will get a very quick result and you will reduce the time approval for a material from 2 weeks to 3 days, for example. So adopting process transformation in any form, eliminating any step, because eliminating even one step is a huge success when we talk about process transformation in our companies. So complexity elimination. So we want to remove complexity from our workflows. So redefine the workflow. And as you can see, point number two, automation and integration of processes, standardization, best practices, and always adapt the continuous improvements. The Toyota model of continuous improvement. I'm a firm believer, personal believer, that making small continuous improvements is way better than huge but discrete improvements. Like let's make an improvement every day, even if it's small, rather than waiting 3 or 4 years to make huge improvement or a huge transformation. One of the things that we did not talk about is the feasibility of conducting any type of transformation in your company. Of course, a transformation will not make sense unless it has economical feasibility and it deliver the value it intended to do. If you can adapt, if you bought every digital tool you can have, but no one is using them, that's a loss of money, of course. And if you did not, so you have to train the people, you have to continuously improve the people working on them. And of course, you need to eliminate the factor of processes complexity so you can have a full potential of the transformation you're conducting in your company. And one of the topics that we did not cover also is the resistance to change. Conducting transformation itself is easy, and having people on your side that this transformation is good, that's a whole challenge you need to face. Imagine now you going to your general manager and you telling them that we found a tool, an artificially intelligent tool or an agent, and we want to implement it in our company. He will be asking all sorts of questions. And resistant to change always emerge from not understanding the tools perfectly. And he doesn't he doesn't need to understand it. You need to explain it to him, right? And once he sees the value in it and that he's making a good investment, for example, he will be on board with you. So you need to have your own, what we call him, a transformation support, transformation angel. He is the key stakeholder who will be providing you with the money you need, with the time you need, and he will be managing the politics within the company so your transformation will be a successful process. Okay, so giving you my final thoughts here. So the main and most important challenge when starting transformation process is resistance to change. This is the risk that you need to keep in mind because you will face it. No transformation did not meet resistant to change. But the problem is, look at point number two, transformation is not optional. Transformation is a must, and it's the only way to stay competitive in rapidly changing industry. And think of this, If you did not proceed with your transformation, your competitor will, and he will be harvesting the benefits, and he will be a better competitor, right? In the company, he will be delivering faster than you, and he will be running with small profit margin than you, so he can price the projects even better than you, and you will never understand what's happening to you, and you will be out of the market. And we have seen many companies going out of business because they did not uh, adhere to transformation. Everyone is talking about, of course, and it's sad to talk about everyone. The great example we have is Nokia, for example. Nokia, their whole problem was transformation. Start small, digitize one process, automate one workflow, encourage one team to shift their mindset. Always keep it a continuous improvement process. Continuous improvement process. Technology will enable it, but the people will do it. People is the main ingredient in your whole transformation. Okay, so what we did not cover in this session, and those are the points I really urge every and each one of you to follow on their own if you have the free time. Transformation process, procedure, feasibility, and actionable step. How to conduct transformation itself. Now we have gone through a general understanding of transformation and its importance, but how to conduct the transformation itself is a whole topic, and you can conduct your own research on this. And how to combat resistance to change. And resistance to change is not a technical issue, but it's a mindset issue, because you will be facing with technical managers and C-suite managers who will be just resisting your change because it's impacting their interests in the company, and how you can handle this. Of course, transformation risk analysis, and that's a really important topic because every transformation comes with a risk, and you need to do your full analysis. Of course, transformation has nothing to do with project management. Transformation is a business issue, and you need to do your risk analysis based on this idea that I'm conducting a risk model for a business issue, not a project issue. And the final thing is how to address the talent gap and team competencies during transformation. If you think about it, transformation means enhancement. And once you start enhancing tools, for example, you need to enhance the people who are be using those tools. Or you will fall, of course, in what we call a talent gap. You have the latest technology, but the people are not up to the challenge of driving those technologies. Okay. And thank you so much. This is my real quick session for today. I would like to have a 10 minutes for Q&A if Matthew is here.
Yeah, yes. It was a very wonderful session. It was really eye-opening for all, not only in the construction area, but especially in that particular area where you bring your experience to elaborate the need of transformation from traditional process in the construction industry. So I invite participants to have direct ask their queries, so you can get further information about today's topic. So you can either unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat window.
Mr. Abu, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for a very concise presentation, and you really gave an eye opener, not merely for construction industry, but it also applicable for other fields such as IT also, of which I am part of. So you mentioned a statistics about McKinsey. So in simple terms, what does that mean? Like, what does it say? What does it convey?
Yeah, so the McKinsey have conducted this study over a 500 constructional projects. And they found out that 70% of projects finish above budget, and 52 of them finish after their agreed time schedules. Now, in construction industry, our contracts are managed through FedEx, which is an international organization, and it comes with hefty, let's say, statements against the contractor who will be conducting the works. So finishing above the cost or beyond the time schedule is not appreciated in our industry, especially especially if you're running a $100 million projects. So yeah, and you can think about that 70% of projects already run beyond their time schedule or their budgets. So that's a major issue. And this study has been conducted in 2022. That's only 3 years ago. It's not like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So this is our current status in the construction industry.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I think whoever working on a construction project from the attendees is already seeing this happening to them. Most projects run beyond their agreed time schedule. So it has its own like risk problems, of course, but I like to relate this into the transformation, not enough adoption of transformation methods in companies. Yes, I see another question.
Yeah, Dr. Arun is asking to you, like, what according to you is the single biggest challenge in construction industry transformation as is happening now?
Resistant to change, no doubt. Resistant to change. Transformation is not being implemented fully due to resistance to change by those people who have the power to embrace it and to implement the change. If there was no resistance to change, if we eliminated this challenge, I think all companies will be doing transformation on daily basis. They will be looking for ways to improvement. But as I said, transformation sometimes contradict with some people interests in the company, and we need to address those interests, and we need to reach mutual grounds. For example, adapting a new procedure to do anything in a company might increase the workload on a certain team. So they don't want to do more work, of course. They want to leave at 5 p.m., same like everyone else. And that's their right, of course. So we need to address this issue so we can conduct transformation. So yeah, simple answer is resistant to change is the main challenge, I think, facing any transformation process, not just in construction.
Good evening, Abubaker. This is Vivin, this side. I unable to turn on my camera, some settings problem. So
That's
just
okay.
I want to, okay. I have a small kind of a discussion with you. We have used the Autodesk Construction Cloud in India, one of the project for the pilot project. We have succeeded with that pilot project, but we, in Indian environment, the cost and other concerns, we are not unable to take it forward. You might have aware of it, but I just want to know that is an automation process of make easiness in the construction workflow. I can understand, but as you taken the session for the AI in construction, so can you give me an example where the AI being used in the construction and which area? Can you just give me an guidance? So just want to know.
You used Autodesk Cloud Service for one of your construction projects, as I understand the question. and you want to see the benefits, you want to understand the benefits of using it from an example of a personal example. Did I understand the questions correctly?
No, you have taken the session for the AI, right? Artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in
yeah.
that, in the artificial intelligence, in which part of construction is being used or we can able to use?
Okay. Yeah. So I'll tell you something, Vivian.
Mm.
Up to now, up to today, I haven't been able to use full AI in any constructional project. But I have the idea on how to implement AI for the repetitive, as I said, the parameter is repetitive task and wasting time. For example, an AI, I'm a planning engineer by nature, okay? So an AI can fully produce a full baseline program for a project. Fully. It can start, you can provide him with all the construction documents, like the contract, the bill of quantities and everything. And you can show him the project area plot, okay? And it will break down the project into activities and work packages and start linking them and produces the full-time schedule. I know this can be done today. And actually, this means it can eliminate my own job. But yes, that's okay because I want to see the process. I will be overseeing this AI doing the magic because producing the project baseline, for example, it's a stressful and a repetitive task for me. But I can see, and it takes about 3 weeks for me personally to complete, for example, for a huge project like 200 million dirham or more. AI can do it in a matter of 1 hour if you use the right tools.
Which AI tool being
So
used? Because we also want to experiment this.
yes, so the tool I've seen being done, it's actually based on ChatGPT, but modified from the back end by someone called, I think his name is Robert. We met on LinkedIn and he provided me with one copy. It's not copy, it's an access to this platform to use, to try. And I tried it personally.
You mean
So
John
it's
Robert?
not, no, his name is Robert from UK. We met on LinkedIn, we connected. What I'm telling you is this tool is not yet on the market, but I know it's there and it will be released. He's working on this company who will be releasing it soon. What you can do is, Bevan, there is a course on pmi.org called uh, Practical Application of AI for Project Managers. Look at this, look for this. Practical Application of AI for Project Managers.
Okay.
This course provides a lot of tools that you can use not for construction only, but for your day-to-day, because construction tasks are like any other tasks, right? You want to, for example, you want to collect minutes of meeting and email them to everyone. This course in PMI website can show you how to do it fully using AI. And AI will join this meeting, like the meeting we just having. He will collect every point. He will organize them in points, and he will send in a Word as a Word file to everyone in their email. Not a transcript. I'm talking about minutes of meeting, an action, and it can assign everyone to his action. This you can find in this course, how to do it. And you can do it personally. You can go to make.com. Make.com is a workflow automation website, and it will connect for you all the AI tools you need to conduct this.
Okay.
Maybe I'm telling you this, maybe when I'm talking, it's a little bit complex, but it's really easy. And imagine that once you close a meeting from now on, you will get your minutes of meeting
No,
and
we have in
task
our
it.
organization we have automated, as you said rightly. Our team already automated. Most of the meetings we have conducted, it will be transcript converted into minutes of meeting. Then it will be
Perfect.
separated in certain time. So we
Perfect.
implemented that, and some of the company they are in the meeting when we schedule a meeting. That A will be joining the meeting. That and all there. But because just want to know something new from you, how
Yeah.
In case of any areas, it can be helpful as for the larger volume projects, kind of. That's
So
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Hope you cleared it.
thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Matthew?
Yeah, it seems like anyone have any doubt or queries to ask? Utilize this time, or as said, like you can contact him via his LinkedIn ID.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Matthew Cynthia here. I'll just add one point from my side as well. Yeah. So all those who are from the construction industry, just one other information. We have a ENC forum, specifically an initiative from the PMI Kerala chapter that is open for both members and non-members. So as part of since you have registered for this particular event, we'll be sharing you the WhatsApp link for that particular WhatsApp group, and you can join it. So such discussions we can keep it continuing. We would also have construction specific webinars coming up and specific sessions which you would be interested in. So you can wait for that meeting.